Hey guys, this is the dentist from SG. I'm going to talk to you about throwing some grenades on this map, Nuke. It's a very popular competitive matchmaking map, especially since they added the back entrance down into B. There's a lot of videos that show people throwing some pretty sick nades, especially upper through these skylights, and a couple like really long ones that go past this. I guess that's a light pole. But they never really take the time to explain how to do them. They just show you once and you have no chance to duplicate them. So I'm going to make a video here that kind of step by step gives out how you're going to throw these grenades using elements on the map itself to line yourself up and stuff like that, so you're not just doing like I did and throw 100 smoke grenades to figure out how to do it. So let's get started. Alright, so first, probably the most popular one on YouTube that I've seen is the one that goes through the skylight and blinds and or smokes the guy in heaven. It took a couple tries. There's several ways to do it. Some guys will throw one from here that's actually just smoking the roof here, and it works to an extent that it doesn't look like it's working, but you walk into it and suddenly you're smoked. But once you scope, you can see right through it. So it's cool, but it's not that helpful. What you really want to do is come through this skylight here and land one like right on the ledge. You have to do it almost perfectly every time. I did a lot of really minor adjustments to get this smoke I'm going to show you right. So let's head back up to the roof. So here, when you come up, it might take you a little while to get here, so this is probably going to be like a slow push, maybe a slow squeaky to be kind of situation. But I noticed that there's this little scratch mark here that I'm pointing at right now, and if you stare straight down and line up on it, that's where I want you to sit. Okay. So what we'll do next, get in the crouch. I also should add that I'm using the dynamic cursor that is default with CSGO, and that's the only way that it's going to work for you to exactly duplicate it. So if you have a custom cursor, you might need to try this in-game or on your own local server to figure out what works for you. But the dynamic cursor, that gets larger and when you're running around and shooting, etc. So what I'm going to do is, while crouching, I'm going to line it up with this line here on the siding of the building. It's the last line that would hit the vent, so it's this one obviously is too far right, so right there, and get the dynamic cursor right on the top of it. Okay, this is while crouching. Then simply stand up, and that's your spot right there. So we'll throw it and watch it.
I'm throwing smoke.
So it breaks there, slows down just enough, lands on the ledge. Okay, so now your guy who might be up here with an op is completely screwed. He'll probably have to come out here, and it's a much more vulnerable position for him. Right after that, you might as well just go ahead and throw a flash. It doesn't have to be as exact, but assuming you're still standing in the same spot, you can just, while standing, get the dynamic cursor same spot. So what you'll do is throw the smoke here, and then the flash, literally just bring it down a touch.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
And it just gets in that window. And so that'll get the guy smoked, and then he'll probably be working his way out here, and then he'll get flashed for the full 4 or 5 seconds. Alright, so that's the heaven smoke. So you can go practice that. If you have the dynamic cursor, it really is that easy. I've done it 100 times, and if you're standing on that spot and aim right there, you'll get it. Okay, so you got the heaven one down. Now if you want to add a little bit something more, so we got this guy smoked, and now he's here. If you're going to be going squeaky to B, ouch, he's still going to be able to hit you while you're getting in the vent, or at least see you do it. So ideally we'd have some sort of smoke either on top of hut here or maybe right here. A lot of times you'll see teams that when they rush squeaky to B, someone might come over here, I know I've done this before, and throw smoke off the top. And it's effective and it's definitely much faster, but here's the problem: is you can't see the vent as easy. So once the vent's shot open, you're all bumping into each other and hoping that you're going to get in there. So what's really nice about this group of grenades is that you'll smoke it a little bit further out here, and I'll show you that in a second. But what will happen is you'll have a clear sight, you'll be able to see all of this, but you'll also smoke Mini and the guy up top. So let's get back up to the roof. So you'll need 2 guys if you want to do heaven and this shot. This one's on the opposite corner. You're going to look straight down and get on that back corner. Okay, right there is good. And what you're going to do is get that right dynamic cursor while you're standing right in that dark spot of the smokestack. Now the thing about this one is, in order for the smoke to go well, we're going to go through this window pane. The smoke's going to bounce off of this corner, come back, hit the hut, and bounce and eventually explode right on top of this. But you need to have that pane already broken, or else it'll lose a little bit of trajectory and actually end up in this corner, which is completely useless. So a way to make that to your benefit as well is to throw a flash first. So at the same time that your buddy over in that corner is throwing his smoke to heaven, you can throw the flash. So like I said, dynamic cursor right there.
Flashbang.
You throw the flash, it gets in, flashes everybody in the room. Meanwhile, his smoke is setting up here. And then while he's throwing his flash, you don't even have to move. You throw your smoke in the same exact spot.
I'm throwing smoke.
Now you see it bounces off there, hits hut, and kind of goes off there. So now the guy who is not only flashed twice, but is smoked here, moves over here, can't see a thing. Okay, so that's a flawless squeaky. Now, this doesn't mean you have to go down vent. Since he's completely blind, you could easily run out here to A and just pick him off and hold the site. The other three guys who aren't up on the roof, they're going to be doing something in here we'll talk about next. Alright, so we've got these two smokes already in play. The Opper is probably over here, but he doesn't have a single chance to see here. What these guys have to do now is just worry about the outside CTs. Also, if CTs decide to rush Squeaky, which they sometimes do, the two flashes you threw up top should really slow them down. So what we'll do is assume that the other three players and the bomb are definitely in here. One guy's probably watching there to make sure they don't rush down up ramp. And this is all simultaneous with the guys up top. So they're throwing a flash and a smoke. This guy's throwing a grenade. Okay, that blows the door open. They're throwing their second flash and smoke. He's throwing smoke. Okay, so literally within 5 seconds of each other, all of these smokes are going off. The two flashes have gone off. You've completely covered that. You've got a smoke right here like you remember before, smoke up there, and you guys are free and clear to come out and go down the vent. Okay, and nothing obstructing you. So you can either quickly go down the vent, you can do whatever you want in there. You can quick plant B, you can secure A since you've siphoned off outside and heaven. That's up to you. Alright, let's talk about the outside rush to secret. Most CTs are going to play this with one or two guys. One guy will most likely be in the garage here, either peeking this corner at the box, or he might play a little bit either behind this red box or here, checking to the path to secret. So the real key to a nice secret rush is a smoke that blocks you from guys on the catwalk up here, guys down low, and guys in the garage. So ideally you'd have a smoke here, maybe another one right there to really block out from red box to secret, and then if you can afford the time, get one here as well to block the guy from peeking garage this way. It only really takes one smoke about here to completely block off this angle when he's looking this way, but if you need to make sure you're blocking off this guy and also a potential heaven guy, you really need two down there. So we'll talk about how terrorists can throw smoke grenades from this point right here. You may have played with someone who's throwing smoke at the very beginning of the round and you thought they were just jacking off for whatever reason, but you actually can throw a grenade from here, and terrorists have quite the arm when they're doing the running jump throw, and the smoke will fly here, bounce off of this wall, and land right about here. Okay, so we'll show you that next. Okay, so we've decided we're going to go outside to secret, and the real trick to this, to the last smoke I showed you we want to throw, is you're actually going to be throwing it from right about here. So I like to throw it from the edge of this building as a semi-landmark. It doesn't have to be that exact with this toss. The light pole should be left of the corner of this building, so right about here is good. Okay, you don't want to be throwing it like this, or you'll throw the smoke actually into the garage, which won't do you any good. So whoever wants to or decides to maybe run at this angle here, okay, and what you're going to do is run and jump and throw, and if your cursor gets to around the top of that light when you're jumping, that's good. So you'll prime it, jump throw, and it'll go over that, bounce off the wall. Perfect. So what that smoke has accomplished is the guy in garage is completely blind to anything. Now you can still see here, obviously, that's something we'll have to take care of. This guy, however, can still see. So there's a gap to fill. But that's a really good first smoke, especially from that long distance. And you'll see how long it lasts. The nice thing about throwing them from back there is you never have to sit here with 5 guys waiting, just chucking smokes and flashes. That can really waste time, and by then they're calling it out, and you're in trouble. If you get really good at this, now it's a really simple fake smoke as well, because a lot of people will say, alright, we're going inside, I'm going to throw a smoke first, and they waste like 10 seconds out here chucking smokes. So if you had 3 guys throwing smokes from right here, you know, that's a flashbang, obviously. But you could convince them you're going outside, and you could even buy another smoke and then go inside. I mean, it's that simple. So it's nice to be able to throw it so far and have a couple different uses for it. So in order to, so now we've got that smoke, and I'll throw it again here. So right at the edge of the blue wall, kind of get that a little bit left of the corner, and you're going to aim just right of it. So you're kind of aiming with the corner here. Just make sure that pole is there so you got the right angle. And when you jump, the cursor might get just the light there.
I'm throwing smoke.
Oh, that's unlucky. Alright, let's try that again. That's some bad luck. That won't happen all the time, trust me. So like I said, thing on the left of the corner, we're going to jump from the blue wall here.
Smoke.
Now, that's fine too. It's either going to fall off of this wall or that wall. You can get unlucky and have it bounce into here. And what'll happen then is you'll run out and you'll get absolutely creamed because you didn't know it was coming, because that smoke does nothing. So there is a chance it'll get there. But most of the time, if you do it enough, you'll hit one of these walls. I mean, look at the size of the walls. It's a pretty unlucky throw if you get it in that corner. So we need to talk about getting a smoke that's going to cover here-ish, and then a really simple one is right here that you can do as you're actually running up on this box. Okay, so let's say we throw the first smoke over the roofs here. That lands right around here. The next smoke we really need, timing-wise, is this smoke, because this guy is going to be no longer looking there, but definitely focusing at that headshot box. So it's really important, whoever the first lead rusher is, that they get this smoke. So if you're first spawn, you're not the guy who throws the long one. That can actually be the last guy, because you're not going to be there needing that smoke, you know, until you're just about going to secret. So lead rusher, prime the grenade. The minute you see that dark side of the red box, and we know there's like a corner there, the smoke is going to kind of bounce around and settle right in that area. So right when you see that, continue running when you let it go, or else it'll actually fall short. You're going to throw it right there. That's all it takes. So that'll protect you from the headshot box. Now, that should be the first lead guy. So he might actually have to wait up just a touch, but if you run it right, it dies pretty quick and goes off. So you might turn the corner right as it's going. Second guy to turn the corner is going to then aim and hit this like side of the building here.
I'm throwing smoke.
Okay, and what that's going to do is fill in that second gap that we had earlier. Okay, so I'll show you with all three here in a second. Okay, so you're the last guy to spawn. You're back spawn. You're going to be throwing the long smoke. So get that thing left of the corner. Jump at the blue.
Smoke.
Okay, now imagine you're the guy who's first, so you're already up here. The minute you see that corner, smoke. And then the second guy off the wall. And they should all be hitting like right before you turn the corner here. So see how we didn't waste any time? Now there's a little bit of a window. Sometimes it's unavoidable to get it perfect, but this is great coverage all around. So this guy is going to have absolutely no shot. The only guy who might have a look would be here, and he'd just be seeing you running through. And they're already going to think you're going secret if there's a ton of smokes, but that should keep you from getting, hopefully, any picks And what's nice is if they do see you, say they see all 5 guys, you could sit in here, you know, wait, and then go back through mini or something. You know, the strats are up to you. I'm just showing you how to throw smokes. I'm not going to pretend that I know how to run really good strats, but the smokes are helpful, and they're also kind of fun. So enjoy that for outside and the 2 skylights, and good luck.